football, there are moments when unlikely heroes rise from the shadows. For FC Barcelona, that hero wasn't a flashy winger or a creative midfield maestro, but a striker who came in with little fanfare. Many doubted his ability, questioned his signing, and some even called him a misfit. But Luuk de Jong, a striker who could barely pass, saved FC Barcelona at one of its darkest hours. To understand how Luuk de Jong became Barcelona's unlikely savior, we need to go back to 2021. FC Barcelona was in disarray, financial problems, the departure of Lionel Messi, and a string of underwhelming performances left the club in crisis. A club that had long been synonymous with elite talent and fluid football suddenly found itself struggling to stay afloat. Ronald Koeman, Barca's manager at the time, was under intense pressure. The team wasn't scoring goals, the style of play was disjointed, and key players were injured. In a desperate move, Koeman turned to a player he trusted from his time with the Netherlands, Luuk de Jong. But not everyone was convinced. Fans and pundits were quick to criticize the signing. After all, de Jong was a player who had struggled to make a major impact at Sevilla, and he certainly didn't fit Barca's traditional style of play, often referred to as tiki-taka. His passing was below average, and in a system built on quick combinations, he seemed like a square peg in a round hole. De Jong's first few games for Barcelona were rough, to say the least. His lack of speed and technical finesse stuck out like a sore thumb. He wasn't linking up play, he wasn't completing key passes, and his touches in tight spaces were clunky. Barca's fans and media were relentless. Why is Luuk de Jong starting for Barcelona? This is not the level we expect from this club. His passing accuracy is just awful. How is he going to fit into Barcelona's system? It wasn't just his passing that was under fire. De Jong's confidence seemed to plummet with every poor performance. He knew the fans were skeptical, and it showed on the pitch. But then something remarkable happened. In the middle of all the criticism, De Jong found his role. His strength, being a traditional target man. Barca's style had to adapt. With injuries to key forwards like Ansu Fati and Memphis Depay, they needed someone to get on the end of crosses, and that's where De Jong thrived. He wasn't there to play intricate passes, he was there to finish moves, and finish he did. His aerial ability became a huge asset. De Jong's knack for finding space in the box and dominating defenders in the air gave Barca a much-needed option in attack, especially when things weren't going their way. In those moments when Barca's fluid passing game broke down, Luuk was there to rescue points with simple but crucial finishes. Let's take a look at the key moments that truly defined Luuk de Jong's impact on FC Barcelona. January 2022. Barcelona faced Mallorca in a tense match. With the score tied, De Jong rose high above the defenders to head home the winning goal. 3 points secured. Then came Granada. Another late goal from De Jong saved Barca from what could have been a humiliating draw. Once again, he had bailed the team out when they needed him the most. With every crucial goal, the narrative around De Jong began to change. No, he wasn't a traditional Barca player. He didn't weave through defenses with elegant dribbles or deliver inch-perfect passes. But what he did was score goals. And at that time, that was exactly what Barcelona needed. Entered Xavi, a club legend and a manager determined to restore Barcelona's identity. When Xavi took over in November 2021, many thought De Jong would be on the way out. After all, how could a player with such limited passing ability fit into Xavi's possession-heavy system? But Xavi recognized something that many had missed. De Jong offered an alternative dimension. While Barca was built around intricate passing, there were games where that style alone wasn't enough. And in those games, De Jong was the perfect plan B. He wasn't the star, he wasn't the main man, but De Jong's ability to come off the bench, cause chaos in the box, and score important goals gave Barca a weapon they hadn't had in years. He didn't need to pass, he needed to finish. As the season progressed, something else remarkable happened. The fans who once mocked and doubted De Jong began to appreciate his value. Chants of his name rang around the Camp Nou. He had earned their respect, not by becoming something he wasn't, but by playing to his strengths. Luuk de Jong had turned his critics into believers. In a season that could have been disastrous for FC Barcelona, De Jong's goals kept them competitive, helped secure crucial points, and gave them a fighting chance in La Liga. By the end of the season, De Jong's loan spell was over, and he returned to Sevilla. But his impact at Barcelona will not be forgotten. He may not have been the most technically gifted striker to wear the famous Blaugrana shirt, but when Barca needed him, Luuk de Jong delivered. Sometimes football isn't about fitting into a system perfectly. Sometimes it's about stepping up in the moments that matter most. And for that, Luuk de Jong will always have a place in FC Barcelona's story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the world of football.